So it's been a challenging couple of years for manufacturers. So how have you found it here at Technoset?
Well, yeah, absolutely right. It has been challenging over the last couple of years with lots of different curveballs, really. I think we haven't booked the trend in any way. It's been a challenge, but we've always tried to think about how we can be better. And that's really, I think, if we go a little bit further back, even to COVID, and how we look to recover from COVID. And I think, those challenges have really rolled from one into the next, into the next, into the next. And the UK economy being pretty flat isn't helping UK manufacturing. Even if we just look back in the last 12 to 18 months, the change in government, the hope that we would have an industrial strategy that had any meaningful content that might ignite something. There was a little bit of uncertainty around the change of president in the States as well, that always affects everything. And yeah, they've all of these things have made life tremendously difficult, but at Technoset, what we really focused on doing was, making sure we diversified as much as we could. When we look back into COVID, where 70 to 75% of what we produced here would end up in the aerospace sector, we were quite reliant on that, and we learnt our lesson. So we diversified into new sectors, renewables, medical, communications, and automotive, to spread ourselves a little bit more and reduce the risk. That's helped us. It's because it's created areas for growth that have been very good. As well, there have been other challenges just around changing personnel of the team, but that brings opportunity to develop people in line with our processes and so on, and putting the foundations in for growth, that we all hope comes in the next 12 to 18 months.
Great. So how have you found gaining skilled workers for future growth in the business? What have you put in place for that?
Yeah, it's been really difficult because finding skilled machinists is always a challenge, and where we sit in the country, it's competitive. Salaries are competitive. Lots of good companies in the region. So when you find good people, holding on to them is key. We've invested a lot in the years of developing our skills of the staff that we have, but also the apprenticeship scheme. We've recently, one of the things that we really struggle on is sliding heads. Sliding head technology. There's not many setters out there, not many programmers. There's great technology coming through from the machine tool providers now, where it makes programming a little bit easier at the controls and so on. But finding those people that can solve problems and have got years of experience of solving problems is really challenging. But we've done a good job. We've increased our headcount in the team and brought in some really good skills that then the younger people coming through the business can learn from. We've really focused on having succession plans in place, and that's also now starting to flow through into our management team and ultimately me. So thinking about what we're going to have as a succession plan for the future, and I think it's really important for us as we look to grow and expand and do different things. Making sure we've got all those things in place as well.
Right. You mentioned sectors. So have you had to put much in place quality-wise or accreditation-wise to address what their demands are?
Well, I think because of the backbone of Technoset being aerospace focused for all those years, our AS 9100 accreditation really just stands us in quite good stead. We've a sort of long established quality management system for us, so we're really used to that, and that it does transfer quite well across many sectors, and there are new things that we're learning, but we haven't had to change dramatically because it does stand you in really good stead as you start to talk to new customers, and they get a bit of a warmer feeling when they know that you've got these processes around you to manage your quality and even just all your communications and general policies. So yeah, that's not been too bad.
Good. So with this growth, have you had to do much in the way of investment or improvements on the factory floor?
Oh wow, yeah, for the last couple of years it's been a big investment program, and we're grateful to our shareholders and owners for their support in that, because we're quite an ambitious little business. I personally love advanced technologies, machining, and everything that goes around it, from inspection technology and digital systems, and I've been really spoiled, I think, in my history of my career, that I've worked in some fabulous places, and I try to bring that into Technoset and drive us forward. And I'm very grateful for the backing of the family in terms of that investment. It's about £2 million in the last 2 years. So that's not just machine tools, so that's around the facility, digital system software. We've also had the roof overclad of the factory and solar panels, so a little bit more towards sustainability. New compressors so that we're more reliable as we're running more continuous over weekends, and lights out production, making sure that the infrastructure is there to cope with it. But then obviously new machine tools. I mean, this year alone we've had 4 new machine tools come through the door. Last year, brand new inspection equipment. So we're trying to stay ahead of the game now. There is a little bit of recovery around that, because when you're going through tough times like COVID and the other things that have gone on since then, in making investments is really, it's quite difficult to take the jump. And I think many people in the same boat as us will have got to a point where they go, actually we've just got to get on and do it. When you've got a life cycle on your machines and turning them around every so many years, but then you go through something like COVID and wars and so on afterwards, and it puts things on the back burner, all of a sudden very quickly you've got 3, 4, 5 years of no investment that you need to catch up on. And when you look at the cost of machinery and everything else around you, then that's a significant investment when you haven't made anything for maybe 3, 4, 5 years. So yeah, we're very fortunate. Yeah.
Excellent. So on that note then, what does the future look like at Technoset?
Well, yeah, it's a little bit of everything that's gone before and a little bit of a few new things. I think one of the key things for me to say today is, we remain Techno Group and family, and Fred still is our owner, and although health doesn't allow him to be active in the business, he's still there as our figurehead. So that stays stable, which is great, and more involvement with the family, which is really good for us. Very proud of that history. In terms of for Technoset, we're trying to drive growth. One of the big things that we did September of 2024 was reintroduce a commercial manager to the business. So people out there might hear Mark Cavalook as a name, along with Technoset. He's out there on the road opening up new opportunities, new sectors that we've never even thought of before, getting to more and more customers that we've never had any dialogue with before, and bringing in huge opportunities for us. We're very pleased with the activity level that's bringing. It brings in challenges, understanding demand and so on, and being able to support all those projects and keep Mark hungry. So that has challenges, but they're nice challenges to have, and that's been really good. We run a shift pattern now. We want to extend our working hours so that it's maybe, although we run a lot unmanned over the weekend, it might not be unmanned. There might be more people in the factory. There's a growth plan for the next 4 years with some ambitious but realistic targets set by shareholders and the family. So it's all about achieving those, securing more opportunities, looking to progress a little bit higher in some of the supply chains where we may sit currently at tier 2 or 3. It's to look at going to that next tier up to improve our opportunities in those sectors. A little bit as well to increase our export. We do export. It's somewhere floats between 10 and 12%, but we want to increase that. And the world is, there's a lot of opportunity out there. Although the world economy is not booming all over the place, there's still a lot of opportunity out there, and still a lot of opportunity for a business like Technoset that has really good skills, really good quality standards, great engineering team, great ambition to try and find solutions for our customers. Then there's still a lot of opportunity out there for us. It's competitive, but we think we're in the right place.
Excellent. Thank you very much.